Tonight on Caps 13 News, the town of Girard hosts their Christmas festival to celebrate the holiday season.
And the town of Fort Scott held their annual candlelight tour to bring in the holiday season, as well as
nationally ranked indoor track and field team begins a new season at home, plus PSU announces a new head football coach coming up in sports.
Thank you for tuning in to Caps 13 News. I'm Lily Weir.
And I'm Drake Miller.
The city of Girard held its annual Christmas festival last Thursday. Azaria Pishney was there to see how it went and what this means to its participants.
Girard, Kansas is a small town northwest of Pittsburgh. While it may not have a lot of residents, the residents it has are full of Christmas cheer around this time of year. Every year, Girard holds a Christmas parade and festival. This year, PSU student Grace Leeper traveled to enjoy the event.
I'm originally from a big town, so it's great to come out and see such a close-knit community celebrating Christmas together. There were a lot of fun activities like face painting, there was food trucks, there was free hot chocolate, so it was really great to come out and experience that.
Face painting was done by professional face painter and Girard resident Angela Swift.
I do professional face painting and hand-drawn tattoos that last a couple days. And normally I usually do like rainbow hair color and that kind of thing, but tonight we only did the Christmas tattoos and face painting.
Angela has been participating in this event for 3 years and believes it brings the community together.
You know, even if you don't know somebody here, you might be able to get to know them at an event like this. So it's really awesome that everybody can gather together and have a good time.
For Caps 13, I'm Azaria Pishney.
Fort Scott kicked off December with the yearly candlelight tours, giving guests a blast to the past for the holidays. Reporter Jordan Keys has the story.
Visitors huddled out in the cold on a rainy December night for an annual tradition at the Fort Scott National Historic Site. Despite the darkness and weather, the Fort Scott candlelight tours nearly always sold out as people came from all over the country to witness the lights and living history. Ranger Carl Brenner, Chief of Interpretation and Resource Management, says the tours are becoming as much of the fort's history as its buildings.
This was the 42nd candlelight tour. It started back in the 80s, partnering up with the town of Fort Scott when they were doing their homes for the holiday. People were opening up their homes that were decorated for Christmas. Well, we did that with one of the officers' quarters. We did it as if it was Christmas that the officer was celebrating. We built off that to create the whole site as a home for the holidays. All over, almost 1,000 candles out over the parade ground, a series of vignettes telling the story of Fort Scott and all the different things that have happened.
Volunteer Jan Elder says living history exhibits are their own way of experiencing the tours.
Volunteering at a historic site is a great experience, and I would recommend it to anyone who's interested in history. I think several candlelight tours ago, I was able to use a pitchfork and chase a Union soldier, and I think that is still known here in the fort. But now I'm on Officers Row, so I'm a more respectable lady.
Every year we come up with different vignettes to tell different portions of the story. The site is an onion. There is so many layers.
With the candlelight tours, the National Park Service hopes to mix Christmas cheer with learning about the fort's past. With Caps 13 News, I'm Jordan Keys.
Pittsburg State Student Athletic Association Committee held a gift drive for the Salvation Army last week. The drive was held at the home opener Pittsburg State men's and women's basketball games. Members of SAC asked the community for new toys for kids between the ages of 11 and 18. They also accepted monetary donations.
SAC is hosting a toy drive for the Salvation Army. Bring small toys, teddy bears, books, games, anything that you can. Come out and support basketball and our toy drive.
Though SAC's drive is currently over, you can still drop off gifts at the Salvation Army in Pittsburg. For more information, visit their Facebook page, Salvation Army in Pittsburgh KS.
Last week, off-roaders put their tires to a good cause with a toy drive. Wheelin' for Toys took place on Saturday at the Kansas Rocks Recreation Park in northwest Bourbon County. Park resident David Killian says a price cut encouraged visitors to help underprivileged children get a present this year.
The Wheelin' for Toys event happens every year. What we do is we give people a discount to come in if they bring a toy. And then we have a drawing at the end of lunch today for a couple of annual passes and some shirts and hats and a few other items. And so for each toy you bring, you get a drawing ticket.
The College of Graphics and Imaging Technology is now known as Graphic Technology. Due to state funding, Pitt State had to redesign how the graphics department was structured. It went from 6 emphasis areas down to 4. Graphics technology also merged with the College of Technology and Workforce Learning. With all the changes that have been going on with this department, we wanted to see how the faculty felt about it. This is what Doug Younger had to say.
Basically what we've done is we've kind of narrowed the field a little bit. One of the things that we've done is expand our core area of offerings. We want our students to get a very specific track of emphasis areas based on what their specific interest areas are in graphics. So they get a broad base of knowledge, but they do get very specific knowledge for their chosen emphasis area as well.
With the changes to the graphics department, they hope to see positive changes in course numbers. Students should find it easier to find the opportunities to succeed.
Coming up, graduation is right around the corner for seniors. This weekend we'll have more after the break.
Out on the open road, wind in your hair, bugs in your teeth, and a car pulling out in front of you. Accidents like this happen every day. And you want to make sure you're protected.
With the school year coming to an end, some students are looking beyond college and getting ready for graduation. This year's graduating class is looking forward to moving on to their adult lives. The class of 2023 is ready to celebrate and move forward onto the next chapter of their careers.
Well, graduation is just one of those things you've been working towards for years, like one of those dreams you've had ever since you were a kid. And it's the start of a new chapter of your life. There's a lot of stuff that like our parents and professors prepare us for, so it's all just really exciting.
Commencement is held on December 15th and 16th, depending on your major. The College of Business, as well as Arts and Sciences, will be held on Friday from 5 to 8 p.m. Saturday's commencement ceremonies will hold the Colleges of Technology, Education, and Construction from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m.
The Communications Department here at Pitt State held a documentary showcase for the students in COM 715. This showcase was held to give students a good look as to what they can expect in the future at professional media showcases. Professor of the class, Barth Cox, talks about the benefits it provides.
I think showcases are important. I think it's important, especially with documentaries, that you have an audience watching your work so that students are able to get an idea about how an audience is viewing their work.
Cox looks to continue hosting the showcase as part of the course requirements for communication students in the future. This semester, CAPS 13 reporter Matthew Parrott asked a hard-hitting question.
During this semester, I interviewed 18 different people. Everyone I interviewed, I asked one very important question. A question that frankly isn't asked enough. What is your favorite animal?
My favorite animal? Ooh, that's a really good question. I'm gonna go elephant. I think elephants are really cool.
My favorite animal is a cat. I love cats. I have 3 cats.
My favorite animal, panda.
My favorite animal, I have always loved dogs. Since I was a young kid, I get very close to my pets. That's for sure.
Hummingbirds.
It's called a quokka. It's called a quokka. They live on a little island, so they have no natural predators, and so they will pose for little pictures, and they'll like smile, and I think they're super cute.
Falcon.
Falcon, great.
Got to be a falcon.
My favorite animal? Oh, I guess I would have to say a West Highland Terrier.
Animal, capybara.
Capybara.
Capybara, they're the most friendly little guys.
I don't even know. I guess a dog, because I have one. I don't know.
Nope.
I really love hummingbirds a lot. Their movement fascinates me.
My favorite animal, that's a very difficult question. Oh gosh, my go-to is usually a coyote.
I don't know. I don't really, I mean, I have a dog, I have 4 cats. I identify as a gay bear. Pick one.
I would have to say cat.
Cat? You got a lot of cats this year.
Several people I interviewed this semester were very serious. However, the question never failed to crack a smile. And for those wondering at home, my favorite animal is a leopard gecko. For Caps 13, I'm Matthew Parrott.
After the break, we'll have Joe McGrath with weather.
Boy, sure is hot out here. I'm glad I wore some sunscreen. SPF 50.
Oh, sunscreen. Yeah.
Over 97,000 people are diagnosed with melanoma every year. Think smart. Wear sunscreen.
Looking for a Christ-centered sorority at Pitt State University? Gamma Alpha Lambda could be the place for you.
GAL is an organization here on campus where college girls can join and just be a part of a community that loves Jesus.
Gamma Alpha Lambda, or GAL, does not currently have a building, but is all about the community and the building of relationships. If you are interested in joining, find them on Gorilla Engage or Instagram at gal_PSU.
Whoa, let's pause right there. Good job on going out and taking a hike, but do you know if that tree is safe to rest on? The main problem with this image here is this vine. How can you tell if it's poison ivy? Poison ivy is number 1 on our list of plants to avoid because it contains a resin that can induce an unpleasant skin rash if you touch it. Poison ivy you see here in Kansas will grow on a vine climbing up trees. The best way to tell if a plant is poison ivy is if it has 3 leaves. Remember the saying, leaves of 3, let it be. If you come into contact with poison ivy, the best way to avoid symptoms is to wash with soap and water thoroughly. If you contract a rash, rubbing calamine lotion on the area is effective. This has been.
Hello and welcome back to Caps 13. My name is Joe McGrath and today I'll be taking you through the weather. So let's get right into it and let's look straight into the current conditions. Right now, 59 degrees for our high today, partial clouds all across the night, or not the night sky, excuse me, the day sky, but that nice sun peeking through, it feels right. 57 degrees, the dew point this morning was about 42 degrees. The visibility, thanks to those clouds and sun, is sitting around 10 miles. The humidity is around 45%, mostly because we got a cold front coming through this weekend, which will be a lot of precipitation today, or tomorrow, moving into Saturday. The wind, we have a nice breeze, about 9 miles per hour coming from the southeast, but enough of the current conditions. Let's go ahead and take a look and plan our evening. So right now at 4 o'clock, like I said, it is 59 degrees out. It's sunny. It's a beautiful day here in Pittsburgh. Moving on in tonight, it'll be out 48 degrees. That's when you're going to see that cloud cover moving in from that cold front this weekend. And then moving further in tonight at 11 o'clock, it'll be around 45 degrees with those clouds across the night sky. So let's go ahead and take a look at the regional temperatures around Kansas. As we can see here in our southeast corner of Kansas, like I said, Pittsburgh at 59 degrees, Kansas City at 55, beautiful capital of Topeka, 53 degrees. Moving further west, we can see that cold front coming through the very west. We see Hayes, 49 degrees, Medicine Lodge, 46 degrees. We can just see the temperatures steadily dropping. Colby, 34, Goodland, 32 degrees, Garden City, 36, and Elkhart, 34. It's going to get pretty cold here pretty soon, so I would enjoy that weekend of yours if I'm saying so myself. So Obviously scattered clouds today. Moving into tonight, it's about a low of 42 degrees for tonight. Tomorrow, we have a high of 50 degrees with an 80% chance of precipitation. 34 degrees going into Friday night. And Friday and Saturday are going into graduation. So while you're heading in between those graduation ceremonies, those graduation parties, one of those things you should be looking for is the temperatures on Saturday. We have a high of about 49 degrees on Saturday with that scattered cloud cover. Like I said previously, it'll feel like 50 degrees. The dew point in the morning will be 40 degrees with a visibility around 10 miles. The humidity will again be 58 degrees thanks to that nice rain shower that would usually come Friday, and then as well as a north wind of about 9 miles per hour. But going back to that 5-day forecast, going into Saturday night, it'll be about 30 degrees. Sunday, we have a high of 51. Nice sunny day, and then moving into Sunday night, it'll be a low of about 29 degrees in the nighttime. And then starting off your winter break, it'll be about a high of 44 degrees with a nice sunny day. But that's all I have for weather, and we'll be right back here with sports right after this.
Hey, are you a Pitt State student looking to make the most of your college experience? Well, it's time to get involved. Join clubs, participate in sports, volunteer for community projects, and attend exciting events on your campus. Getting involved at Pitt State not only enriches your education, but also allows you to create lifelong relationships. Don't miss out. Embrace university life and discover all of the opportunities waiting for you. Get involved today.
Helping save the environment and on water/power bills around the house can be very easy. According to the United States Environmental Protection Agency, over half of the water usage in a house is done in the bathroom. So a couple of ways you can fix that is to turn off the tap when you're brushing your teeth or shaving, taking showers instead of baths, and taking shorter showers. To save on power, some simple ways are to unplug stuff you are not using at the time, do laundry with only full loads, and wash with cold water instead of hot water. For more ways to conserve resources, go to epa.gov to find out more.
Welcome to sports. I'm Dominic Santiago. Pittsburg State just hired a new assistant athletic director. Caps 13 reporter Lily Weir had a chance to find out more about the new hire.
Pittsburg State University recently hired a former Pitt State athlete for the position of assistant athletic director. Pitt softball alumni Keela Griffith is excited about her new position.
I'm in the area of scholarships and bringing money in to give back to student athlete scholarships. That entails the Silverback Fund, and 90% of the money that comes in for the Silverback Fund goes straight to student athlete scholarships.
The Silverback Fund was created at the University for Athletics. The fund's money is given by outside donors and is used for things such as scholarships and team equipment.
That's my favorite part of the job, actually, is going from a student athlete to giving back to the student athletes. I had the best experience here as a student athlete, and I learned so much through Pitt State, and now I get to give back and give those same experience and better experiences to the athletes that are here now.
Keela's former coach, Brad Fuller, thinks athletics has made a great decision in choosing her for the job.
Coaching Keela was a lot of fun. She's somebody that's coachable and she works hard, and as a coach, anytime you get to have an athlete like that on your team, it makes it a lot of fun. You know, I'm a big believer in the Silverback Fund. I think there's a direct correlation in scholarships and athletics and providing, opportunities for student athletes, and I think Keela is somebody that, again, will take pride in that role, and she's good at talking to people, and she's a hard worker, and I think all those things will be a benefit to her and getting her job done.
Pitt State's football team gets a new head football coach in Tom Anthony, returning to the program after being defensive coordinator in 2022. Reporter Drake Miller had the chance to speak with two players and get their opinions on this change.
I feel like having a new head coach is a different experience for a lot of us here, because whenever I got here, that's when Coach Wright was getting here. So I haven't had a new head coaching change since I've been here, so it's going to be a new experience. But the thing that makes it good is that we've already had this coach before, Coach Anthony. He was our defensive coordinator, and he took a year off, so I got to know him real well, and he always He's always been checked in with Pitt State football, never stopped watching us. He was watching every game last year.
Tom Anthony returns to Pitt State, taking over Brian Wright as Pitt State's 16th head football coach. With mixed feelings in the locker room about the change, there are some advantages to him being a previous defensive coordinator of the football team. Pitt State player Steel Roaring highlights these advantages.
It's just going to, he's going to be able to take advantage of the things that, he knows some of the guys already, what they can do. And so he can use that to his advantage and the team's advantage, and be able to benefit this team more than someone that just comes in and doesn't necessarily understand player personnel or what an individual can do or their background, where they're from, knowing them on a personal level. That takes time. So having someone that's already been here, has chemistry with some of the players, loves the community, means a whole lot more than someone that's coming in and doesn't have a stand with the community.
Coming off of an MIAA title victory, the community holds high hopes for Anthony's return. For Caps 13 News, I'm Drake Miller.
The Pittsburg State University indoor track and field team competed in their first home meet last Friday. The team found success in multiple events, and some athletes have already qualified for the NCAA Division II Indoor Track and Field Championships. PSU women's sprinter Tanaya Looney broke her own school record at the meet with a time of 7.4 seconds in the 60-meter dash, while men's runner Darpriest Hogans set a facility record of 33.49 seconds in the 300-meter run. Sophomore thrower Addie Hinterwerger talked about her hopes for the season and the expectations that the team has to succeed.
Yeah, so we have a really great women's track and field team this season. Our first meet is actually tomorrow, December 9th, and we have very talented young women on the team. We're very close this season, and yeah, we set the bar high. We live by a standard of tradition here at Pitt State, and we expect these women to come and compete.
We will host 6 more indoor track and field events, including the 2024 D2 Championship. More information on the teams can be found at pittstategorillas.com. Well, it's been an exciting 2 weeks for the men's and women's basketball team at Pitt State. Both teams have competed well so far and are looking towards conference matchups with some of the best teams in the country. The PSU men's basketball team has already found success against nationally ranked opponents after a tough fight against Central Oklahoma. The Pitt State Gorillas held the lead in the opening minutes of the game, but the Broncos adjusted their offense and took back the lead going into the half 33-27. Pitt State relied on their starters throughout the game, with only 12 points coming from the bench. And the team was able to extend a lead against Central Oklahoma at the end of the game, with the final score being PSU 75 and UCO 66. The Gorillas will have their next game at home against Missouri Southern on January 6th. The Pitt State women's basketball team has also found success and found their stride within the MIAA after a statement win against Missouri Western on November 30th, and now are ranked 4th in the conference. We talked earlier about the coaching changes happening with PSU football, but as those decisions are being made, some of the players are being recognized for their skill on the field. Tight end Devin Garrison, linebacker Jack Barkley, and offensive lineman Trace Jeffries all received recognition from the AP. First-team tight end Devin Garrison had 855 yards and averaged 16.13 yards per play. Well, that's all we have for sports. We'll be back with more news after the break.
Every day, you wake up, get ready, eat, go to school, exercise, eat, do homework, and sleep. Now add your phone into this routine. The average American spends 5 to 7 hours a day on their phone. Recognizing when you may be addicted to your phone can help you get your time back.
So put your phone down.
Phones can never replace real connections.
So put your phone down.
Being addicted to your phone is real.
So put your phone down.
Learn more at addictions.com/cellphone addiction.
Guerrilla football is back in action, which means that college tailgating and parties are also in full swing. Pitt State students, including those who are underage, are at risk of irresponsible drinking and alcohol abuse. PSU provides amenities for students, such as a game day safe ride that runs 2 hours prior to kickoff until 2 hours after the game and is available for all Pittsburg State University students.
I'm Devin Garrison, Pittsburg State University tight end, reminding you to be safe and use the resources provided to you on campus to drink responsibly. Go Gorillas!
As the semester is starting to wind down to a close, reporter Carter Adam is seeing how different people celebrate the holidays.
As students finish their finals this week, many plan to make the long trip home to settle down during Christmas break. I'm here to figure out what type of traditions people do during their Christmas break.
One big thing I'm looking forward to is getting to spend time with family, both on my mom's side and my dad's side. We usually go to my grandma's house in the morning on Christmas and then go to my other grandparents' house in the evening.
What are you looking forward to doing at home during Christmas break?
I plan on spending time with my family. It's really the one time a year that my family can, get together. My aunt normally makes her biscuits and gravy in the morning, and then we just open all of our presents together.
So my family and I really love to go see Christmas lights. There's a lot of lights in our neighborhood, and then, obviously we'll see our family on Christmas and Christmas Eve. We go to Christmas Eve services at church.
Typically, we just go to my grandma's house and make some food, and then we'll open gifts. And we always go on Christmas Eve to the 11 o'clock service.
Usually I just go back home to St. Louis. We kind of hang out. We do some white elephant games, just some family tradition games with some presents, family food, and just kicking it back, having a nice time with my family.
Sounds like some students have some really exciting December holiday plans and are ready for a much-needed break. Happy holidays to everybody, and I'm Carter Adam for Caps 13.
Big cold front coming in right in time for graduation, huh?
I think so. This will be one of the last weekends where we have any form of acceptable weather from what I've seen. So enjoy the winter break weather while it lasts.
Yeah, and then men's basketball kind of coming off a rough season last year. How are they looking this year?
Looking pretty good. That win against Missouri Western really kind of bumped them up a step and making them look a lot better. We're going to see how they play through the MIAA season. It's going to be pretty tough for them, but I believe.
All right.
And that's all we have for you tonight. I'm Lily Weir.
And I'm Drake Miller. Thanks for tuning in.